Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. Today we've got two massive games. We're away from home to Buxton in the league before we come back to Ashby Avenue and take on Kidsgrove, also in the league. And from here on out, every game is kind of like a must-win game. Since you were here last time, do we have to talk about it, Tom? Do we have to talk? We have to talk about it, unfortunately. It wasn't good. It really was not good at all. We played 4 games in between episodes. 3 of them were must-win games, I've got to say. Games against teams around us in the table that we had to win, and we didn't win any of them, unfortunately. So we took on Warrington first. We went 2-0 up in that game in 20 minutes. Connor Robinson with 2, but by the half-hour mark, they pulled it back to 2-2, and that's how it stayed for the rest of the game. In what was quite an even game, but after being 2-0 up, you don't expect to do that, and unfortunately, we just weren't good enough, and that's what happened. We then played Workington at home and lost 3-0 in what was one of the poorest performances I've seen from us all season. Connor Robinson missed a penalty very early on in the game, and after that, everything capitulated, and it was one of the worst performances I've seen us play all season. Only slightly better than that was the 2-0 loss to Whitby. They scored 2 goals. We really should have got ourselves back in that game. We had enough chances to do it, but unfortunately, another loss there. So these 3 teams, Warrington, Workington and Whitby, were all around us. In fact, Whitby were below us in the table, and we had to win them, and we've made this season a lot harder for us now that we've not won those games. After those 3 games there, we played Frickley Town, or Frickley Athletic rather, who were sitting second in the table, and we drew 0-0. So, we did something well in that game at least. That was kind of the best game of the 3, really, unfortunately. I think for that one, we went back to the 4-4-2 park the bus system, which we're going to use today against Buxton, who find themselves 5th in the table. Kidsgrove, we're not sure how to play that yet. We'll see how we do in this Buxton game, but we're going to go park the bus once again for Buxton. Those results don't make for good viewing, unfortunately. We find ourselves 4 points adrift of safety, although we do have a game in hand. One of the games was cancelled. In fact, it was the Kidsgrove game that got cancelled, postponed at the weekend for Waterlog Pitch. So we're playing this Buxton game and then the Kidsgrove game rather than the Curzon Ashton game. So that's what's happening this episode. So we do technically have a game in hand. Winning that will push us back up there. If we can just win a couple games in a row, we'll be right back up. I mean, look at it. There's 13 points between us and Boston United just outside the playoffs. Like, it is still really, really tight out there. A few wins will get us right back up to the mid-table. So we just have to turn things around a little bit, because we were below us before we played them, and then suddenly they've won 2 in a row, or drawn 2 in a row, or where are Whitby? When we're looking, yeah, Whitby. They've won 2, drawn 1, put them right up in 14th, and they were 21st before we played them. So it's interesting. All we need to do is just turn things around. All we need to do is just have 3 or 4 wins in a row, something like that, and we're back up here and we'll be out the relegation zone and it'll be fine. But it's going to be tough today against Buxton, who is sitting inside the playoffs. A win today puts them even further in the playoffs, but they've not won here. As you can see, they've not won for 3 games, so that could be good for us. I want to talk quickly about Michael Emery as well. Now, he's 30 years old in game, and he's not getting any better or any younger, so we need to find a new keeper soon. But I quite want to keep him at the club. So I thought about offering him like a coaching contract sort of thing, because I know that's kind of, he does coaching in real life. He coached, I think it's Huddersfield Town ladies, goalkeeping coach sort of thing. So that's pretty good. Obviously, in other Football Manager saves that you may or may not have heard of, he was a very good coach there as well. So I kind of want to offer him a coaching course to keep him involved in the club. And I've never seen this before. Leadership course. I don't think I've ever seen a leadership course before. Obviously, you see all the training courses or the manager courses. But leadership, I don't know. So we're going to ask the chairman if we can send Michael Emery on one. And they've said no, because of the current financial situation. How bad is the current financial situation? Currently minus 51,000 again, after they gave us 50,000 not long ago. So, okay, well, that is something to worry about, perhaps. Wage budget-wise, we're doing pretty well on that, but overall balance and the projection of minus £116,000 by the end of the season, and then minus 240, minus 350 in the next 2 seasons, that's a bit worrying. Okay, well, either way, Michael Emery's going to start in goal today. He's still the only goalkeeper we've got. Playing this 4-4-2, their back line is made up of Roberts, Ford, Narty and Aidan Walker. Just because no one's playing well defensively at the moment, conceding lots of goals, we're going to try and keep it. This is very similar to the game, the team that we played last game, actually, against whoever we played. Who did we play? Frickley, that was it. Frickley we played, got the draw with. So it's a very similar team to that. The midfield is Luke Holmes, McQuaid, Skeffington and Matt Cotton on the right. And then up front we've got Warrener and Connor Robinson. Robinson now on 12 goals this season, so he's just sitting outside the top 3 actually in the league for top goal scorers. It's just unfortunate that he's just about the only person in the team that actually does score. Right then, kickoff is upon us away from home to Buxton. It's going to be a really tough game today. But again, it's one of those games where I think if we can get a draw, we'll be fine. And I literally thought that was going in the back of a net, but it rockets off the crossbar. Now Luke Holmes actually potentially could start a counter-attack for us as he comes down the left-hand side of the pitch. Gets tackled though, so no counter-attack. So we've drawn against Basford and Frickley recently. Last episode Basford, in between episodes Frickley. So a draw against Buxton today would be really, really fantastic. Again, I'm still pretty adamant 1 point in the game is going to be enough to secure survival this season. And as things stand right now with this draw, we currently are sitting on that 1 point per game record. So I'm not worried yet. But if we get to, 30 games in the season, 32 games in the season, and we're still in the relegation zone, that's going to be a bit of a worry. At that point, we only have 10 games or so to get out of the relegation zone. And that's going to be a real challenge. If we're still in there with 10 games to go, it's going to be such a challenge to get back out of it again. So I'd like to be out of it before then, and then we can sort of push on. We've got a bit of breathing room between us. But, I just don't know what's going to happen so far this season, because we were just too complacent. I was too complacent over summer. That's what the issue's been. This season, I've been scouting. So next season, hopefully, we're going to get some really top quality, well, I say top quality, better players in than we have this season and try and push on for a playoff finish, maybe something like that. McQuaid's free kick, I thought was going in the back of a net. Again, McQuaid, still plenty of highlights from him for free kicks, but he's still not scored one, which is frustrating. We go into half-time, though, actually looking the slightly better side out there in terms of stats and possession and things like that. So that's quite promising. I forgot to do the team talk after looking at the stats. So the players don't have anything to go off in the second half. But if we can carry on playing how we've done in that first half, limiting Buxton, creating the odd chance for us, we'll easily get a draw in this game, and that'll be good. I am very reluctant, though, to make changes because everyone's playing very well right now. No one's looking too tired, actually, as well. So I'm going to leave it as it is for now because I feel like if we make changes, we run the risk of then players ruining the game for us. Lee Masters, by the way, has just come back from injuries on the bench today. We've done so well all game. They literally, Buxton have had one shot all this half, one shot on target all game, and it's gone in the back of the net. I'm not even cross because it's just these kind of things just happen all the time to us at the moment. Someone in the Discord said I'm the unluckiest Football Manager player. And actually, I wouldn't disagree with that much, to be fair. They've got another chance now, and Gesson with a free kick. Emery with the save. Now, are we going to launch an attack from this? Emery launches it upfield to Jacob, who sort of, well, he does win it, actually. I thought he was going to head it down to our player, but doesn't. Here come Buxton once again. If they grab a second, it's going to be all over. The cross comes in. Wood at the far post. Saved by Emery. It's saved again by Emery. He's keeping us in this game. There's a chance now as well. It's all hotting up at the end of this game. Jacob again collecting the ball that goes far too long. He plays it back up and we don't win it. And their number 9 is coming through, plays it out wide. No one's there to mark him. The cross comes in, headed, and it's again saved, pushed onto the post. Buxton really coming alive actually in these final few minutes. That goal has really woken them up. And unfortunately, it's going to be a loss for us today. We've lost it. From the jaws of drawing, we've lost it. Well, it was nearly good. It was nearly good, but it really means that we have to beat Kidsgrove in the next game. We have to beat them. Otherwise, we're going to seriously start lagging behind teams and really struggling for safety this season. This is not a position that I like being in at all. I hate it. We need to do something about it. I'm not entirely sure what, though. Kidsgrove did lose, though, actually, losing in the 92nd minute, so hopefully their morale will be knocked. Slightly more than ours will be. They're in 17th. They're only 6 points ahead of us. A win would be really... Come on, we have to win. We really have to win this next game. 7 matches in a row without winning now as well. That's not a stat that you want to see. So the Kidsgrove game coming up pretty soon on the grounds that it's a midweek game because obviously it was called off. Look at the form here. Both teams in absolutely abysmal form. So it's only going to get better for one of these two teams today. One of them is going to win, unless we draw, of course. And then actually it will get slightly better for Kidsgrove because then they'll have drawn 3, lost 2. We'll have still lost 3, drawn 2 if we draw. So actually not looking great. It's not great to see that they're evens either for the game. Odds on evens favourites for the game, which is a little bit... Is that even the term? Odds on evens? I think that's an actual phrase, but that's what it says. I'm nervous. I'm hugely nervous. We have to win. And we've got Curzon Ashton right after that as well at the weekend. They're in 19th, just above us. So these are These 2 games are must win. Must win. Good news is Lee Masters is getting fitter, but is nowhere near ready to start a match. We may bring him on as a substitute later on in this Kidsgrove game, but it's a bit scary. Right, we're going to switch back to this attacking winger formation. We need Cotton in there. We need to bring on Bird on that right-hand side. Other than that, actually, I'm happy with that team because that's the team that did pretty well against whoever we played last game. And obviously, Frickley before that, Buxton last game. So, we'll leave it like that. These players should be good enough. I mean, they just should be good enough. They should be so much good enough. So much better than all the other players. Like, they just should do it. They should do it. They should just do it. Do it. Please just do it. Do it. Can you tell I'm getting a bit stressed with all this? I don't want to be relegated. I'm getting stressed. Just do it. So, of course, this is the game in hand then. Winning it today will put us ahead of Ashton United, but still 3 points behind Curzon Ashton. Of course, if we then beat Curzon Ashton in the next game, potentially could go ahead of them and Nantwich Town, actually, which would be good. That would get us out of the relegation zone, these next 2 wins, if we win them both, that is. Depends on goal difference as well. If we only win them 1-0 both games, and we won't get ahead of Curzon Ashton because of goal difference. So that's also slightly frustrating. The goal difference we have is quite abysmal, -14. Right now, though, no highlights for either side, which is, I don't know if that's worrying or not. Because, I mean, it means they can't score, but it means we can't score either. And we need the win. We need it. Free kick right on the edge of the area for Kidsgrove. That's the first highlight. And they've scored it. That was a great free kick, to be fair. Michael, you should have done better with that. I'm not going to lie to you. You should have done better. And although we're slightly on top stat-wise, the stat that matters, obviously, we're 1-0 down and now potentially 2-0 down, and as they've picked up a penalty from that corner. Is it going to be game over before half-time already? Is it going to be game over before half-time? No, Michael Emery makes a huge save. Luke Combs collects the ball. We have to turn things around in the second half now. Aggressive then. Show me something else in the second half. And we're going to go to tactics. And we're going to go to a attacking mentality. And I'm going to say be more expressive. Try and create a bit more space. Create the space. Create the chances. Be a bit more expressive. For the first 10 minutes, we're going to say get creative out there as well to the boys. Hopefully, they're going to come out running. We're going to get a goal before the 50th minute. Watch this clock here. The 50th minute's going to come and we'll be 1-0 up. We'll be 1-0 up. We won't be 1-0 up because we were drawing 1-0, but it didn't happen anyway. We're not even drawing by the 60th minute either. This is worrying times. Really worrying times. Is Mum on the bench? Mum's not even on the bench. We can't bring Mum on. Regan Hutchinson is on the bench though. So's Jack Warrener. So's Lee Masters. We're going to take Cotton off. And we're going to play a 2-striker system. We're going to bring Regan Hutchinson on. Even though he's probably shouldn't come on. He's going to come on as a poacher on attack. We're also going to bring Lee Masters on for a little bit. He's going to come in that central midfield as well. We'll do that for now. We have to. We have to keep going all out attack. We have to get ourselves back in this game. There's a chance now, actually, I thought it was for us, but it's second half. Of course, it's not for us. It's Kidsgrove coming forward. They've won themselves a corner, but luckily there's no highlight, so that's fine. Corner for us. Bird puts the corner in, and it's been cleared, but only as far as Lee Masters on his return from injury. We have to work something from this. Regan Hutchinson wins the ball into Masters, who loses it. And now, please don't tell me Kidsgrove are going to come forward and score. They're not. Roberts collects the ball back to Emery. Emery now to show some distribution out towards Narty. Narty, deliver a perfect ball forward. He has done into Regan Hutchinson. Just square it. He should have squared it to Connor Robinson. He's not. And we've not taken that chance. Bird puts another corner in, but it's only cleared. Only as far as Holmes shoots. Ford puts it over. I thought that was going to be it. Push forward out there. Push forward. We need you to score a goal in today's game. Please score a goal. Really don't want to get relegated this season. Very attacking now. Very attacking. Is there anyone else that can come on that's going to change the game for us out there? No, that's the answer. No. Oh, it's so frustrating. Shanks, get on for Bird. You might do something. There we go. That's the last roll of the dice for us, I think. And there's another chance now for Kidsgrove as they put the ball forward. Somehow their strikers got there. Somehow they've put it in the back of the net. How has that happened? The defence was absolutely awful there. Absolutely awful. We deserve so much more out of this game, and here they come again, Kidsgrove, looking for number 3. I don't understand why we can't beat this. I don't understand how we can draw against teams at the top of the table, but then we just can't seem to score a goal even against the teams that are around us. Hutchinson's got a chance now in the 86th minute. Get a perfect cross into Connor Robinson. He does, who hits the bloody post. Of course he does. Of course he does. It's just not good enough. Come on, Skeffington. Shanks into Masters. Masters loses it. He's been awful. I've got to say, Masters. We signed him thinking he was going to be great. They've won another bloody penalty of Kidsgrove. Go on then. Put the nail in the coffin. Make it 3. Do it now. He's going to do it. He's done it. 6 points from safety now. 6 points from safety. Luckily, there's still enough time to turn it around. There's 17 games left this season, I think. That's more than enough to turn it around. So let's not panic too much yet, but it's not a nice position to be in at any time of the season. So I want to get out of it as soon as possible. The next episode then, we're going to do Gainsborough Trinity and Boston United in a double-headed local derby game, because they're all pretty close to Lincoln, all pretty close to each other. It's Lincolnshire derby. Gainsborough's not far from Lincoln. Boston's not far from Lincoln. So it's a derby. It's a derby episode. We need to get hyped for it. We need to turn our form around in the 4 games in between it, and then we need to win both those games, and then we'll be winning the title. Something like that, maybe. Probably not. We'll probably lose everything. So don't get your hopes up, please. Don't blame me, blame the players. Nowhere near the results we wanted, but it's happened. So if you're sadistic and you enjoyed that, make sure you do put a like on the video for me, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time for a local derby, 2 local derbies, and some more Lincoln Loco action.